One of the best things I think about St. Patrick's Cathedral is that it's filled with monuments from the 9th, 10th century right up to the 21st. Wonderful collection, an eclectic collection of stained glass as well. Some of them are quite interesting, some a little quirky. There's one stained glass window to remember a daughter of Sir Benjamin Lee Guinness. Now, Guinness, of course, the famous brewing family, restored this cathedral. Sir Benjamin Lee Guinness restored it at his own very considerable expense in the 1860s. But this little window was put up to remember his daughter. She was a great woman for charitable works and so forth, and they chose a piece of scripture to immortalize her. I don't know, I presume it wasn't intentional, but the piece of scripture, you can see it on the window yourselves, is "I was thirsty and you gave me drink," which we feel is particularly apt considering what the family did for a living. The stained glass in the cathedral actually is all 19th and 20th century. The old medieval glass was destroyed, it's long since gone, and actually we don't even have one remnant of that old glass left. But there are, as I say, an eclectic and unusual and very fine collection of stained glass. St. Patrick's is filled with war memorials, and that's something also that causes some puzzlement to people when they come in. There's quite a lot of comment about the war memorials, in fact. People wonder why they're here, and some of them are to regiments, some of them to individuals, and some of them put up by parents and other relatives of those who lost loved ones in various conflicts. And remembered very much so in the building actually are the Irish dead of the First World War. Now, it's perhaps not very widely known that somewhere between 35 and 50,000 Irishmen were killed in those 4 years. And beside me is a window. Now, the window, probably not one of our most striking, it's in a corner of the cathedral, tucked away a little bit, but it dates back to 1917, and it commemorates three brothers who were actually killed in the First World War. Part of the window actually is made up of pieces of glass from Ypres Cathedral in Belgium. And the story is that one of these young chaps, when he was out there during the First World War, picked up some broken pieces of glass from Ypres Cathedral that were lying about. The cathedral itself was very badly damaged during the war, and he came back to Dublin here, and he left those pieces of glass behind him, went back to the front and was killed. And in 1917, when this window was erected in memory of him and his two brothers, they actually inserted the pieces of glass that he brought back and had left here into the memorial for him. So I think just a nice and rather touching story of those terrible times.